Hi, I'm Shelby Mann, and this is the guide for my professional e-portfolio for the Masters of Instructional Technology through Fort Hays State University. I wanted to start off my portfolio here with one of my favorite quotes from Rita Pearson. It says, "Every child deserves a champion, an adult who will never get up on them, who understands the power of connection and insists that they become the best that they can possibly be." The reason I put this on the forefront of my e-portfolio is to show that I love my job and I am passionate about what I do. I'm passionate about education and being the best educator that I possibly can be. So all of these things that I have been working towards, and especially through this master's degree, is with that in mind, to know that I am doing this for my students to become the best teacher that I possibly can and become a master in the craft that I'm passionate about. So here's the beginning page. At the bottom of every page I do have my Twitter handle down here where I post a lot of my labs. It's called Miss Chem 305. I'm a chemistry teacher, and I love to post what my students are doing on Twitter, so I have this down here for anyone who would like to look at it, and then two other quotes that really hit home for me, and a click to the video link of Rita Pearson from this quote up here. So to quickly go through my e-portfolio, each page, this is my candidate info and goal statement. A little bit about me, has a little bit of pictures that go through this little toggle area, and my dog obviously had to make it on there. A little bit more about me and what I do in the school, an introductory video for this class for MIT 885, which is the practicum course, the final course in the MIT program at Fort Hays. Some exploration stage for my transference reflection that is at the that is going to finish at the end of this course. My professional and personal goals, both for 2, 5, and 10 years. Looking down the road, looking to see where I see myself in education. Going to my technology philosophy, there is a lot of great things, the 4 points where I find myself as knowing where technology belongs in the classroom and how I use technology as an educator and how I expect my students to use technology in my classroom. I also have my leadership philosophy and how I view myself as a leader in the classroom, as a leader in my PLC, as a leader in my department. Even though I am young and only in my 4th year of teaching, this is my 2nd master's degree, and I look to pursue more education later on. So knowing that I am a leader in my craft, even at a young age, is very important, and I really liked writing this so I could finally see that I do have leadership potential in the education field. My resume is here posted. If it'll load, there it is. The next is the activity evidence, and my first tab is my professional development plan and looking at digital citizenship and belonging training for the district USD 305 where I teach in Kansas. This professional development plan is super exciting for me because I got to build upon what we've already been doing for our professional development this year and looking at our goals on having a sense of belonging and making sure every student, staff, admin belongs in the school. So I got to go use our belonging training and get to incorporate digital citizenship and how we can use the technology that we have to make sure that everyone at South High feels as if they belong. My face-to-face trainings, there were 3 of them. The first one was about the fight against cyberbullying and being able to talk to my students about what cyberbullying is, how it affects others when it happens, and how we can build a stronger Cougar community, and my article summary for where I got most of this information. The other activity evidence that I have is over copyright law. When we click on this link, we look about how copyright affects teachers specifically and how we can maintain legal and ethical boundaries. And I did this training for my department and looking about how FERPA, or the Educational Rights Act, can impact us as educators. The last one I gave to my students, and it was about sleep. And I believe that sleep is super important for high school students, especially for the age that they are and how much they have outside of school. So this was a training over sleep that had a few different links to assessment and this interactive guide that is amazing. Amazing curriculum that is already laid out for students. And then looking at assistive technology at the bottom for the requirements for this course. The extra resources tab highlights everything that I have worked for towards this degree, and looking back, I'm super proud of myself looking at all of these different assignments that I can bring into my PLCs, into my department, into my school, and show that I do know what I'm talking about and that I have worked really hard. All of these resources here just kind of highlight my experience and everything that I have put into this. The last tab here is my peer review form. My peer reviewers, one was internal and one was external. My peer review, both were extremely positive and looked at some. They really liked how I organized my site, how I had my drop-down menus here, a few different things to work on, how to reformat for some of these peer reviews. Was extremely helpful to make sure that my website was accessible to all and making sure that I could make it the best that it possibly can. So this was my quick snapshot of my professional e-portfolio and all the work that I've put into it for the Master's in Instructional Technology through Fort Hays. I hope you enjoyed it.